Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, this morning I wanted to give my honest review of Apologia, grade 3 mathematics. Okay, so as you recall, we have been using Horizons Math, and I believe the last year we used it was grade 3 for the oldest, Elijah. I didn't like it. I felt it was way too repetitive. Excuse me, grade 4. It was not until grade 3 I realized we need to change it up. We need to switch this up because the two little ones, they're not going to want to do this at all. So I was on a hunt for a new math curriculum. I debated between BJU Press and Apologia, and looking at the flip throughs and what everyone was saying on YouTube, I decided to go with Apologia. Now, this is my teacher's guide, and this is the student book. Okay, so I have to preface this by saying we're not quite done with this book. We will finish it, okay? So I'm going to think about November is probably when we're going to be done with this book completely. See, we're all the way here. Okay, so my kids still have a little bit to go, not too much, and they will be completely done with grade 3. Grade 4 is already on the way, and I will reveal to you what we're going to use for level 4. Anyway, so we will not be using this again. And you know that I'm not really one to curriculum hop at all, okay? But I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. Horizons first grade and even kindergarten and first grade math was the absolute best. Second grade, it was okay. It was still kind of a lot, but my kids still liked it. I enjoyed teaching it. But by the time you get to third grade and Horizons, it becomes a bit redundant. It's just like way too much book work. The pictures, they kind of reduce how many pictures you have, the colors and stuff. So it's not physically, aesthetically pleasing to the younger kids as, what you might consider. So let's just get into what I liked about it. Oh, did he miss? Oh, that was a number line. He already knew that stuff. Some things that my kids already know, I just kind of skip over it. So I did like things like this where it says build and compare. I did like that. And things like this, the lessons are very short and they're simple. You can always add to it. I usually go on the board and kind of, do some more things. Look, here's more guided practice, okay? And then on the next page is where you do your actual work. Very short lessons. That's all there is to a lesson, okay? What was on the fence with me, depending on how our day would go, some of the games were way too intense. It would take up way too much time, okay? Like this game, for instance, we didn't even do this because it's like it was requiring us, we had to go, is this where we had the bird watch? No, I'm sorry. This was like firefly. You had to put each firefly in the correct jar. So it was basically a cut and paste activity. We would do that. But there was one lesson I really wanted to find it for you guys. And I hate that I didn't bookmark it so that we could go straight to it. Another game my kids liked was this Uno one. They would take 3 Uno cards. My kids are obsessed with Uno as it is, and just to kind of games like this where it was very independent. They could do it with no problems. But then we also had games to where, well, I don't want to call it a game, but it was more like an activity, okay? This book is loaded with nothing but activities. As I stated before, some of them I absolutely love, some of them not so much. It was just way too time consuming. Like when we're working with base 10 blocks and things like that, supplies that are already on hand, things that you probably already have in your homeschool room, those are the type of things that we liked. Some of these games were just printables, and that was in the teacher's book. But there were some things, and I cannot find it for you right now, but there was one activity where you were required to bird watch and look for different types of birds, and you would record them. It was in our graphing and measurement and data unit. That's exactly what it is. I'm going to see if I can kind of find it really quick. But yeah, I was just like, no, we're not going to do that. And I know some of you are like hardcore nature schoolers and everything, but we just were not. And then we had one of these. I don't know why he didn't do this one, Jerry, but I know Kelsey did it. We got pattern blocks. You just kind of randomly grab some. I thought this was a fun and cute activity, but he was just like, nah, I'm good. Just give me the actual homework to do for that lesson. So one thing that I did do, I did purchase, I have the teacher guide, obviously, but I also purchased the digital copy as well, and it was like $10, and I could do it on my iPad. Now, I'm going to say this. I absolutely did not like the teacher's guide. The print I felt was way too small. I liked it on my iPad because I could make it bigger when I needed to. This was in black and white, and it was just really, really hard to, go through. So another thing that the teacher manual has is basically everything that you need for those activities and stuff. The only thing is I probably should have made a file, but all I did was I just made a copy, ripped it out, and I just stuck it back in here. So these are all the activities that we did do. So I'm not going to say that we didn't do a lot, but there were some things that were, oh my goodness, that was so much fun, like a lemonade stand. So you would color and create your own lemonade stand. It was just on a piece of paper, but we attached ours to a cardboard box and we made it look real, and Kelsey really enjoyed that one. So yeah, I felt I like this grid paper because I use this for Elijah's multiplication and division because it's big blocks. If you go to the store, they have those tiny blocks, and that just kind of, in my opinion, defeats the whole purpose of trying to make your work neat. You understand? But anyway, I digress. Let me go back to what I was talking about. The lemonade stand, it was a really fun and engaging activity. Kelsey loved it. I'm just looking around to see if I see it because, like I said, I am in process of cleaning out the homeschool room, cleaning out all their old stuff. Hold on, let me find it. So basically, I found, here it is. This was her lemonade stand. This was in the back of my teacher's book. I copied two, made one for her, made one for Jerry, and I think, you can always make more copies if someone makes a mistake or something. So this was her lemonade stand. We put on a cardboard box, but we did have to get rid of the cardboard box because it was taking up too much space. And then you just had to do this activity, which was fun. This was the materials you need for your actual lemonade. And then she also had to do this, cups and papers and things like that. So I felt that was so effective. I absolutely thought that was the cutest idea. But, at the same time, like I said, it was just okay, that activity was fun. It was hit or miss with the projects and the activities. It was pretty much hit or miss as far as the projects were concerned. Meaning some of them really fun and engaging. Otherwise, some of them were way too time consuming. And let's just be real and talk about the whole timing issue, okay? I know we talk a lot about how homeschooling, there's some chart circulating. It should only take about 3 to 4 hours to homeschool your kids that are in grade 5 or 4 below, something like that. I don't know the exact numbers, but I know they basically say homeschooling should not be an all-day thing. But I do have a problem with that. And the problem that I have with that is, okay, if you're so fixated on homeschooling not taking a long time, then that means there's no room for extra discussions. There is no, they better get it right the first time. Seriously, think about it. If you're saying homeschool should only take 3 hours, why? How? When your kids may have questions. There are times where I'm going over a lesson in math, like for Elijah, and I can just tell he does not have it. And sometimes I do need to get a video lesson, or I have to pull other resources. So, hey, guys, homeschool, it takes as long as it takes. Don't worry about a time. Now, I do admit there are times like when we first started homeschooling, oh my, I will never forget, we had gotten started, I want to say, I can't remember when we got started, and it's very important that we know that, because I think we, in this particular day, we got done maybe around 4 or 5 o'clock. Be mindful of the things that you do in your homeschool day that could be, I don't want to say time wasters, but could be time eater uppers. Like, for instance, I do remember the day vividly. We were in Japan and we went outside for an activity. It was a beautiful day. We were in that time period where it's the end of summer, beginning of fall, so you can imagine how perfect the weather was. We're right off of Tokyo Bay, so the breeze from the water coming, oh, it was just amazing. The sun was out. It was like really, really nice. So of course, you're not just going to do your activity and then go back inside. Oh, we want to play. Might as well, we're already out here. By the time we went back in, guess what? It was lunchtime. And then having to get back to work, it was very difficult. Okay, it was hard for us to get back to work because now the sun, even though it felt good outside, being out in the sun, it did kind of drain. For our lunch, we're very, very laid back. I make a good lunch. The kids, they usually watch a TV show or whatever, and afterwards they're just like, oh gosh. But I'm like, no, we gotta get done. We gotta get done. I applaud myself for pushing through the day, but like I said, we didn't get done until like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's way too late. And before, I did like to be done with school by the time Daddy came home, because he didn't mind, but we, he would feel obligated to be quiet or not have the news playing. But he had just gotten off work. I feel that this was my personal choice. This is my husband. He just got off work. He should be able to watch his TV and do whatever he wants to do without feeling like he is disturbing the flow of things. He, like I said, he never had a problem or issue with it, but I did. I felt like, let's just have all this stuff done before he gets home. Now, there are times where he would come home at 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I didn't feel as bad. It was like, hey, baby, go in the room or something, or or he can come in the front with us, but he had to be quiet, But anyway, so yeah, we have to be mindful of what takes up time in your homeschool. And before, like, I know everybody's into their morning baskets, and one lady that I used to follow, I don't know what she's doing. I know she had taken, I think her kids are back in school now, which is nothing wrong with that, but she realized how her morning baskets, I never had a morning basket because I already knew how that was going to go. You get way too comfortable, way too relaxed. That morning basket stuff takes up your entire morning. It's fun, it's exciting, the kids love it. But like with her, she used to start school, I think around 9 o'clock, and then they'd be done with their morning basket around 11:30. Now her kids are tired. It's like, okay, that was cool, getting everything set up for morning basket and actually doing it and then putting it away. And it's like, isn't it lunchtime now? So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I felt a lot of the projects and activities we just didn't get around to, because I just do. I mean, this is our 5th year homeschooling. I know my kids are being so loud because they're playing a game. Anyway, I already know, I can identify what's going to take too much time, and how the flow of the day is going to go afterwards. So with that being said, Apologia, I felt that it was good. I felt that it was fun and engaging. But I felt that we didn't get the full use of it, only because there are some things that I just was not willing to do. And it was a lot of different projects. Well, I don't want to say a lot. I would probably say a 60-40 split, between 60% being the projects I was able to do and my kids were able to do, and 40% that we were not. The lessons were straight and to the point, but I also felt there was not enough practice. You know what I'm saying? It made the kids happy, but I felt like generally a lesson would be like extremely short. And yeah, we possibly could do two or three in a day, but I just felt instead of doing two to three lessons in a day, why don't we do one good lesson and practice it? And so all in all, I will not be going back to Apologia for math. It served its purpose. It really did. My kids learned a lot. We will be finishing it because, like I said, it was not horrible. I'm just looking for something else. So please stay tuned to see what we will be using next year for math, and you just might be surprised. All right, so until next time, folks, bye.